Good morning, everybody. Um, it is Wednesday. We have to address a certain person by the name of Kirk Franklin today. And I already can tell and hear the people saying, he apologized, he apologized, he apologized. So we're going to listen to the apologizing that Kirk Franklin has done. But I will tell you up front, um, I don't buy it. And I'll tell you why I don't buy it. Um, I will lay out the ground rules as to my theory. And I understand that there are people that will come and say, 70 times 7. Give your brother 7 times 7. You can't judge the heart. I'm not going to judge his heart. I promise you I'm not going to judge his heart. I'm going to hold Kirk to his own statements. Just like I hope people do for me, right? Hold me to my statements. So let's get into it, huh? Now, the apology was almost very specific for a time, a event. And that event was to do with Jamaica. He went to Jamaica for a concert. And during this concert, he had some interesting dance moves, to say the least. That was the one that you saw floating around with him backing his behind up on that lady on stage. That was in Jamaica. The other one that was in Jamaica, you may have seen, who was in a sleeveless shirt. Nothing wrong with sleeveless shirt, just saying. And short pants. And was doing some sort of, shoulder roll, bent back, kind of LeBron-ish looking thing. And it looked very sus. Very sus. Very sus. So that was Jamaica. So here we go with the apology. I'm going to listen to that first, and then we'll get into the... I don't know. I don't think he got up with them leaves. I don't think he did. I think these are all just his natural emotions coming out. So here you go.
Now, I want to talk about some moments this year that had people talking, that were part of conversations that I want to try to speak to, have conversation about.
Good.
I want to be honest with you. And let's try to get into them, and let's discuss.
Okay, welcome
Let's
back.
discuss. First of all, let's discuss the dancing.
Yes, please.
There was no bigger move that had everybody talking than this move right here with me and the Marvin Sapp. Now, before y'all get mad at Marvin, Bishop Marvin, I want y'all to know that was my fault. I want y'all to know I pushed him to do it, but he easily obliged. I also want you to know something that I've always believed.
Hold on. You pushed him to do it, but he easily obliged. Then he didn't push him to do it. He was waiting to do it. He was fine with doing it. You didn't have to push him. I know you want to try and take the heat off of him, but if he easily complied with it, then it's... Okay, here's the number one. Good Lord. This man gonna have me coughing today. Here's the number one rule about apologies. Okay, here's the number one rule about apologies. You don't, hear me out, Kirk. You don't begin by addressing it as though it's something that you normally do, and try to make it not so bad right off the top. Okay? That's all I'm saying. You're already buttering up people to think that what you're doing is apologizing for something that some folks seem as bad, but you don't really feel it's that bad. But because they feel it's bad, you should apologize. That's what it's shaping out to be. I could be wrong, Kirky, but let's find out.
Believe that God's music or God's content should always be able to be able to stand in any space that you spend your money for anything else. If you're going to spend your money to watch a mainstream show and be entertained, you should be able to come over here, and we also give you the same level of production and engagement. So when you come, I want you to feel like that you had a good time, that it was a show that did not compromise the gospel. And I'm going to do it every time because
Oh. So let me take you down for a second. So let me get this right. This is your apology video. That's all I'm. Okay. But you said that it should be a show and it should be entertainment, and you're going to do it every time. So again, if you're apologizing for what people witnessed, you're probably just apologizing for their viewpoint, not for the act. Again, I'm not judging his heart. I'm just going based on what he said. Okay? I don't want nobody coming to me saying how I'm just dogging Kirk Franklin because I'm trying to get clicks and views. This man is a public figure. I am on a public platform, and I can speak anyhow I want about people, right? Okay. If they have a problem with it, you can always make your own video, right? Good, perfect. So Kirk is saying that this is an apology. The problem is an apology should not come with a disqualifier that my actions are okay in certain settings. Even though the same settings you say it's okay in is what you're apologizing. See, there's a problem there. There's a big problem there. And, but I'll just continue. Go ahead.
Guess what? I'm having a good time making you happy.
Okay.
So early this year, I had the great opportunity to go to Jamaica. Beautiful place.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to perform.
Yeah.
Watch.
So hold on again. You had the chance to perform. And now you are showing the performance. Now hear me out. People have seen the performance. So I'm going to take a guess. You're going to try and corral the experience that people had and tell people why it wasn't that bad, but. Okay? This is what I'm going to happen. This is what I'm predicting it. I have not watched it. I just know he's going to say something like this. This was in this setting, but I understand why, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Here we go.
I am aware now that my choice of attire, which as a team we thought was going to be fine, being outside.
See? What? Look. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm not. I promise you I'm not a fortune teller. What? This man. As a team, we thought it was okay. I told you you're gonna have me coughing here soon. He say, as a team, we thought it was okay. As a team, did not tell you was did I not just say he was going to do that? Did I tell you that's what he was going to do? Here comes the but. You ready? Here comes the but.
In the weather was going to be something that would not come across as disrespectful. And since I've spent most of my career dancing and moving around and jumping on stage, that I didn't know that I would ever do anything that would ever offend anyone in any community, but it did. And because
sorry. I'm sorry to laugh, but this has become mainstream now for apologies, bro. This has become the normal thing now for people to say sorry. Sorry that you took it wrong. I didn't think it was that bad, but y'all took it wrong, so I'm apologizing. I'm used to dancing, but because y'all got a problem with it, I need to apologize now. Maybe if y'all would just change the way y'all view this stuff, I wouldn't need to apologize. You know, it's just, oh, wow. Anyway, continue, Mr. Franklin.
As it did, I sincerely apologize. I sincerely apologize because I never want to get to a place that I can't learn what I need to do better, what I can do different to make sure that as I grow as a man, grow physically or in any aspect, that I'm always being humble enough and submissive enough to hear people and their concerns about anything being bigger than the message of Jesus.
Perfect. I am glad you said that. I'm really glad you said that, Kirk. You know why I'm glad you said that? You want to know why I'm glad you said that, Kirk? Because it wasn't but 5-7 months ago that you did an interview. You did an interview with an individual, and you said something in that interview, and I want you to be reminded of your words 7 months ago. 7. Before you went to Jamaica, by the way. Now, remember, people, he just said that he doesn't want to do anything that causes people offense. And if he does, just tell him. That's what he said. Just tell him. He did a sit down with another individual by the name of Lecrae some months back. Months. It was covered by quite a few channels, including the one you're going to watch it from, which is All Things Theology, K-Dub. Some of you may follow him. So you'll see him on the screen to the left of the picture. And I want you to listen to what Kirk and Lecrae are talking about months ago. Months ago. All right. Okay. Just want to make sure I get the time frame right. Months ago.
Here, cool. The folks in the deep end, they get it. You know what I'm saying? But there might be some people who come visit because Kirk here.
I have trauma.
That is true.
From what I wear to how I move.
Oh, they be on you. Let's just go there real quick. Let's just go there because
did you catch that? What he just said? Did you hear what he just said? I'm going to back it up so you hear what he just said. Okay. I know Lecrae talks over everybody, so let's listen to what exactly he just said.
Deep end, they get it. You know what I'm saying? But there might be some people who come visit because Kirk here.
I have trauma. That
is true.
From what I wear to how I move.
Oh, they be on you. Let's just go there.
I have trauma from what I do, what I wear, how I dance. So hold on. So people have been telling you this is an issue. You have trauma from people telling you that there's a problem. Okay. But in your apology, you said you always want to be told so you can change. You see why I don't really believe your apology, Kirk? You see why I believe you're just puffing smoke? You see why I think you're just, what's that word, lying? Kirk, you just said months before this apology that all you want. No, you said before the apology that you have trauma because people keep dogging you about how you dance, what you do, and what you wear. But you said you've always been the person that wants to get it right. So we want people to come talk to you about it. And if it's something that they see that they're off with, okay, maybe you'll clarify.
Real quick, let's just go there because it's a lot of places I want to go, but let's go there because every day, I see you online.
Not every day.
Every time I see you online and it ain't you posting, if it's not you, if I see you in mainstream media somewhere, it is somebody in the comment section. If you on the shade room, if you on the neighborhood, if you on spiritual word, it is somebody in the comment section saying, Kirk got his man breasts out. Kirk pants too tight. Kirk, what he doing wearing the tank top on stage? I'm like, the man is in Jamaica. I don't know what he supposed to be wearing.
Okay. And
Jamaica.
No,
I'm confused here, Kirk. I really am. Here's why I'm confused. My confusion comes in the form of why it took a bit to apologize. That's one. But two, why is it, Kirk, that you laugh at the wanting for change? Why would you laugh at that? Now remember, you said you wanted change. You wanted to make sure that you get it right. But then you say you have trauma from people trying to correct you. Kirk, if you have trauma from people correcting you, it means that you don't take correction. If you're traumatized by people telling you that pants is too tight, that shirt is inappropriate, if you have people telling you that and it's giving you trauma, that might be a you issue, bro, not them. And if they've been telling you for a while now, it might be a pattern that you need to look into. It might be a pattern you need to stop. But you say you're apologizing for it. But we don't really see any proof that you are sorry for it. Now, mind you, it's not just Jamaica that he did these kinds of things on. He's been doing this for a while. I don't know why everybody keep harping on Jamaica, but this is him before Jamaica. Chandler Moore, by the way, his boyfriend. And y'all can get mad at that all you want, but that's his youthful boyfriend. Chandler Moore ain't straight neither. I'm saying it on screen. I might be the first and only one to say it. Chandler Moore gay just like Kirk Franklin. The two of them hang around all the time, all over each other. No, they're both of them. They gay. This is what he normally does. Watch this. Look at the hands of Chandler Moore. Now, what man? Hear me out. Hear me out. I could see when I was a kid being enamored by Michael Jackson's dance moves. But as an adult, I ain't pointing at no man dancing like that, bro. You know what you got to look at in order for you got to be looking at the whole man's butt. No, Chandler. No. Just wait. Oh my what? What? Again, I'm going to show you again. This is not a one-off. This is normal for Kirk. Very, very normal for Kirk. So are the heels. So are the heels. I want to know what grown man does this. Just wait for it. Just wait. You tell me if this is a... Yeah, okay, yeah, totally. Totally. Okay, Kirk. Now again, that was before Jamaica. He's been doing this for a while. a long while. This is not new. This is old stuff. I'm showing you this to show you that he is not apologetic. What he is trying to save face. He's trying to get back a portion of crowd that may have left because they sounded unheard by him about what he was doing. I will guarantee you this much, and I will place whatever little $5 I got on it. This year, he'll be doing the exact same dance moves, wearing the exact same clothes, and he'll be no different than he was in 2024. I'm gonna go on record saying Kirk will not be any different in 2024. He'll still have the same shirts on stage. He'll have the same dance moves. He'll be still gyrating everywhere. The apology gets better, though, I think, right? Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what my goal intent is. If I'm louder than the message of Jesus, then I failed. This year, I had the opportunity to share the stage with Will Smith.
It's so weird that you just say what you just said and then segue into this. Hear me out. Oh, my God. Maybe I overthink. But let's analyze what he just said. I want you to listen again and see if something sounds weird to you. Listen again to what he says.
Hear people and their concerns about anything being bigger than the message of Jesus.
Okay, so you don't want anything bigger than the message of Jesus, right? Y'all heard him. I want to make sure y'all heard him. Did we hear everything? Y'all heard it? Y'all heard it, right? Okay. He doesn't want anything bigger than the message. Okay. Segue.
Because it doesn't matter what my goal intent is. If I'm louder than the message of Jesus, then I failed.
Oh, so if you're louder than the message of Jesus, then you've failed, right? Okay. What a segue.
This year, I had the opportunity to share the stage with Will Smith, the 2024 BT Awards, and also the opportunity to work with a young artist that is really making a name for herself. Her name's Glorilla.
So hear me out. And no, I'll let her.
So are you asking for a song to have? Is that what you're trying to say?
Now, I want you to just take a gander and you tell me if something's wrong with this picture. In fact, just tell me what is wrong with this picture. Anybody? Tell me what's wrong with the picture. Just tell me if you see something that might put yourself a little bit off from the gospel. Just a little bit. Is there something in this picture that might make you think maybe, just perhaps, the gospel isn't in conversation here? Now, mind you, he's showing this on his apology, not me. This is him. Do you see the outfit? Do you see the outfit? And are people familiar with Glorilla at all? We talked about her some time ago, remember? And the video that she had done with everything sexual in the video. Y'all remember that? But he just said he doesn't want anything outweighing the gospel. And if it is the case, he needs to stop. He's failed. Okay.
Will Smith performance this year at the BT Awards, and what the fire and the messaging and what it meant subliminally. Also, there's questions and controversy about me working with Miss Glorilla and her lyrics, and are they conducive to the Christian community?
Please answer that.
I think that when we talk about working with people that do not live in the ecosystem that we are accustomed to, it is very difficult to find their hearts and discover what their motives are from a distance. We have to be close.
No. You see, they tell you they're okay. Kirk, I know for a fact. You can't be this. Okay. I made it this far. Maybe I can make it a little bit further. I know you're not that slow. I know for a fact you are not that slow. There's no way you can be this slow. No, none. Look, if you are this stupid, then forgive me for thinking you were smart. They tell you their purpose. They tell you their reasoning. They tell you who they are in all of their songs, bro. Glorilla tells you exactly. She doesn't pull back from what she wants to do. She's been on podcasts talking about the stuff that she likes to do. So has Will Smith. What are you talking about? You don't need to get close to these people to know. They've told you. And instead of you inviting them into your space, you join theirs. You are getting more influenced by them than they are by you. Look, man, understand this, bro. You ain't never gonna see this. I get it. You're never gonna care either. But for you to sit there and tell us that you are trying to teach them the gospel, where is the fruit? Now, remember, she knows you. She wanted to collab, not the other way around. So she knows about you. She knows about you. And in her knowledge about you, she has not changed a thing, right? But you are quite excited to oblige the collab. And you're going to say, well, we sang about God. Okay, good. The demons believe in Shudder too. Man, so far, Kirk, that this apology ain't going very well.
And so when we're invited into their world, it's very important that we don't have to compromise our messaging, but understand it won't always look pretty. And it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Listen, bro. You might say it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and that might sound pretty. Here's my question. What race are you in? I don't care if you're sprinting or you're racing. If you're heading straight to the gates of hell, it don't matter how long it take you or how quickly you get there, you're still heading in the wrong direction. I want to know what race you're racing. Which race is it? Race to hell or a race to heaven? Which is it? I just want to know. Which race are you in? Sounds all good, but man.
And that we've got to be able to do life with people so that they can get the residue of the message that we're trying to share.
Residue? So you relegated the gospel to residue. You're now relegating the gospel to as residue, leftovers, random catchings, dregs, crumbs, trash. That's a very good question, D. Cole. Honest question. Why do we as Christians have to be entertained? Have we cheapened the name of yes? Yes, they have. And they're not Christians, by the way. People who say they are Christians want to be entertained. People who are Christians don't need entertainment. Believers don't need to be entertained. Believers just are happy to be saved. This is insane to me. Residue is what the gospel has become. You don't want to make anything bigger than the gospel, but the gospel is a residue now. And I know what some people are going to say. Well, it's better than nothing. Is it? How about this, Kirk? How about you go to Glorilla and say, listen, you have talent. By the world standards, you have talent, mad talent. But it is sorely, sorely misplaced. I would love to be able to say I can do a collaboration with you. But I can't, in all honesty, put my name that I have placed before God in the same camp that you live. I need to be understood in this way. You need to find God in a real way for us to do a collaboration together. Say the same thing to Will Smith. What I don't want, Glorilla or Will, I don't want the message of God to be tainted by your lives out there. I'm not doing that. He didn't do that. He compromised because he wanted to do that. He wanted to. The name of Glorilla and Will Smith was bigger than the gospel for him. Music has always been bigger than the gospel for Kirk. Dancing has always been bigger for it. How you present the entertainment has been more to him than the gospel.
And whenever I'm invited, like I have my entire career, I try to do my best, and I may fail at times. But my goal is to make sure that the church does not just exist within the walls, but it exists in the world.
But it's not. You see, Kirk, this is where you have gotten the body wrong. The church is separate from the world. The church is called out, pulled away from. The church is separate from the world. And by existing in the world, the way you say it, does not mean you participate with the people there. That's not what it means. You might call this your job. Okay, let's say it's your job, and just like I have to go to work with non-believers, you have to go to work with non-believers. Let's say that's what it is. Okay, because I'm going to cover all the bases of all the excuses people can give. It's his job. Let me give you an example. Kirk is not just any other regular worker. Okay, what he would qualify as in the regular working sector would be an entrepreneur, right? His own business. He has his own business. He operates in a specific field, but it's his business, which means he can decide who he does business with and not with and still make money. It's not like he's hired by somebody to be sent out to a job and the person you encounter is a Satanist and you're a believer, and the company sending you out doesn't have a groundwork in it either way. You just happen to be working with a non-believer. That's different. You have autonomy over your job, which means you can decide who you collaborate with and who you don't collaborate with, who you include and who you don't include. You decide that. The same way if I had my own business and I don't want to go to a strip club to install cameras, I don't. The same way if I don't want to install cameras at a weed shop, I don't. If I don't want to do plumbing in a prostitution home, I don't. You see, I have the option to participate in public and be a part. I'm still a part of the church, but you know what takes precedence? The church does. You don't do that. You like to intermingle because you feel that that is the only way you can get any traction. The fact is, you don't trust God at all. You don't. You don't trust the message to be strong enough. You have to make it saucy, entertaining, fanciful, energetic. The gospel is not sufficient for you. It's God and then 15 other things to make God seen. And even then, the 15 things you add, like Will Smith and Glorilla, makes it only more impossible for people to see God. I want to hear what you say about this one.
All right, so I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna keep this real, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all.
That's the only way we want it.
Sometimes I just play too much.
Bring it. He almost got me, man. He almost woo, he almost drug me out there. he almost had me saying it. I came that close to saying it. I did. I came that close to saying it. Sometimes you play too much. He played too much. Kirk. Why would you be playing with a woman like that, bro? Just here's my question. Hear me out. You playing by pushing your tushy on somebody's midsection? That's play? Well, it seems like you might be used to throwing that thing back a little too much. Maybe the amount of stuff that you spend your time throwing it back with kind of comes out a little too much. Maybe that's what it is. As a straight male, let me tell you something real quick. You ain't gonna see a straight male throwing his behind back on anybody like that. Nope. No. Wow. I've been saying that. People dogged me for it the last time I said it. They say I don't know his heart, and I don't know this, and I don't know that, and I don't. Okay.
Sometimes I just be doing too much. I do. I play too much. I'm friends with these people. We have fun backstage, and I don't know how to separate the backstage Kirk from on stage Kirk.
Why are there two Kirks? Why are there two Kirks? Why is there a backstage Kirk and a front stage Kirk? Look, I understand, changing how you approach certain people because of the environment you're in. I get that. I do. I get that there are topics that you talk about one way and topics you talk about another. I understand that. People can see that with me, right? And you can say call it hypocritical or not, but y'all know that there's none of that here. You see me on Savage Patriots, you see me on TikTok. It's not like I hide the platforms. I don't hide the platforms. They're there. And in both cases, they know where I stand. That's not hidden. Well, you say you play too much. So there's two you. There's the backstage you and the onstage you. So which one are you apologizing for? The backstage or the onstage? Which one? Now you said that you have a backstage Kirk and an onstage Kirk. Are you apologizing for the onstage, what people see, because you didn't want them seeing what happens backstage? So then you're not apologizing for what you did. You're apologizing for the perception, like I thought. Got it.
Like I am who I am, whatever I am, these are my peoples, and we act silly backstage and have fun, and I don't know how to turn that off, and I got to learn it because I know that it can be offensive to some people.
So if you... Kirk, how long you been doing this, bro? Let's find. You know what? I'm curious now. I'm super duper curioso. Let's find out real quick something here. Okay. I want to find something out. Kirk is now 54 years old. Okay. And he started out with the family in 1992. 1992. 1992 to 2002 is 10. To 2012 is 20. To 2022 is 30. You've been at this 32 years now, Kirk. 32 years. Okay. You still ain't learned that lesson? For 32 years you've been doing this and you still ain't figured it out? You may not figure it out, unless you're not trying to figure it out.
But sometimes I just play too much. And in that moment, I was playing too much. I shouldn't have been playing out there in front of y'all. I should have kept that to myself and have fun with them the way I do when we be acting a fool. But
wow. Wow. I should have never let y'all see what I do in my private life. And it's not even the private life. If it was your private life, that'd be one thing. It would. Hear me out. It'd be one thing. If, say, you married, right? And your wife in the kitchen, and you walk by and your booty bumper, bam. And she get mad because she's doing the dishes, and your booty bumper again, bam, 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 bam. And you just keep, now that would be one thing. Ain't nobody need to know about that. That's your home life, right? That's your home life. I mess with my wife in ways ain't nobody gonna know because I'm not doing it in public, right? Perfect. Anybody need to know? Do they? No, because that's my private life. And it's with the people that I'm supposed to be doing that with, right? Perfect. But you doing this stuff backstage. These are your friends, you say. Y'all be fooling around like that backstage? Wow. You should have kept it backstage. You didn't want nobody knowing that's how you really are. Huh.
sometimes I get on my own nerve. And when I was doing it, it seemed fine. But when I saw the clip, yeah, it's too much.
I'm convinced of something now. I'm officially convinced of something. And I'm okay with the backlash. And unless you can prove to me that I'm wrong, I think I've discovered something about Kirk Franklin. And y'all can say as much as you want about this next prediction about him, but it's not a prediction. This is just what I've been seeing. This is just okay. Kirk Franklin ain't saved. Kirk Franklin is not saved. Kirk Franklin is not saved. He's not a Christian. Kirk Franklin is an entertainer. And his entertainment industry is gospel music. He knows how to sing gospel music really well. He can put together a song that has a lot of sentimental value to Christians, but he is not a Christian. I'll give you an example. There's a really catchy song that he's done. Got me all in my feelings at one point. Yep, I've seen that one too. Notice he didn't apologize for that one because TDs are liking it. So there was a song he did, and it's not something about the name Jesus. That was another one that got me way back in the day. But this one was more recent. This one is called Smile. Okay. I'm going to read the words to Smile, and you tell me if what you're hearing is the gospel or a feel-good movement for people who think they know God. He doesn't consider himself a messenger of God. He's an entertainer, so have any expectation that he walks by integrity is or decent. Yeah, hey, look, I don't have any expectations of him. But this is the lyrics to Smile. You ready? You ready for the lyrics to Smile? Let's read Smile. It begins, I dedicate this song to recession, depression, and unemployment. This song's for you. Today's a new day, but there is no sunshine, nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and I feel like a cold night. Today is a new day, but where are my blue skies? Where's the love and the joy that you promised me, telling me it's all right? And these, I'll be honest with you, I almost gave up, but the power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower. I smile, even though I hurt, smile. I know God is working, so I smile, even though I've been here for a while. I smile. Smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. I'm sure you hate to give up now. You look so much better when you smile, so smile. Today is a new day, but there is no sunshine, nothing but clouds in the dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night. He goes through this again and again and again and again. That's the song. That's Smile. Now you tell me, is that gospel? It's a simple question. Is that gospel? Is God about making sure you smile all the time? Kirk is an entertainer. Kirk is an entertainer. He is not a believer. He uses the name of God to sell, and it sells very well. It's a great marketing tool.
I am always cautious to stand in any political space that I could possibly look like I'm representing. But this was an opportunity that I thought was really cool, and I feel good about it. And when I got the call, I felt like it could be a really special.
Oh, look, they're playing Smile. Look, that wasn't planned. That wasn't planned. I did not do that. Planning. I'm promising you, I promise you I didn't plan that. I promise you I never saw the video. I don't know. All of a sudden, he's dancing with the abortion queen herself, singing Smile. He up there dancing with the abortion queen herself, Miss Trafficker in Chief. The most disgusting harlot on the way to the White House. This woman. The only time she spends on her knees is when she's doing something for her John. That is the person he's dancing with. Singing Smile. He don't get involved in politics, but you dance with the one whore on in all of DC that's pro. Listen to me now, because Kirk loves to talk about black this and black that. She is pro the genocide of the black race, and you up there in your little tight pants and your little gay outfit dancing with her. Bro, you got to be a whole different level of fool. You're a whole different level of fool, a blasphemous fool, but they pay you good. You Bojangles for anybody that can pay you good. Will paid you good. Glorilla pay you good. Anybody that got that bread, you're going to jump for. You're going to dance for. You're going to gyrate for. But you up there dancing with the biggest whore in D.C. A woman who purposefully keeps black people in prison to make them work shifts for her. That's the person you go up dancing for? That's amazing to me. But that was your apology. That was a Kirk Franklin apology. I told you I did not listen to the whole thing. I saw a piece on somebody else's platform, and that's what triggered me to watch the rest of it today. I decided purposely to react to it cold. Kirk Franklin ain't a Christian. Kirk Franklin is an opportunist. Kirk Franklin uses the name of God for money, for views, for leads, for clout. He doesn't believe anything God says. In fact, the God he believes in isn't God, it's some other entity. God is not some mumbo jumbo spiritual guru kind of individual. He's not happy sunshine, rainbows, and feelings. He's not about accepting everybody simply because they're human. That is not how this works. Your apology was no apology at all. It was an excuse-making session that let everybody know that you don't give two craps about the gospel. You don't even know what the gospel is, Kirk. I bet you money you couldn't tell me what the gospel is. I bet you if I were to interrogate you right now about the gospel, you couldn't tell me. You're gonna give the proverbial, it's the good news. What's the good news, Kirk? You don't even know the gospel, bro. None of your songs possess the gospel, not one. I have a song for Kirk Franklin, and I think it fits him perfectly. I figured it out. I know it now. I figured out the song that fits Kirk Franklin. This is where I'll end it, okay? Y'all familiar with Billy Joel, right? Y'all familiar with Billy Joel? I'm going to leave it to the audience to see if you can tell me what song I'm thinking of that fits Kirk Franklin. What's the name of the song by Billy Joel that fits him? Tell me. It's only one song that really fits him that Billy Joel has sung. Tell me what it is. Don't act like y'all never listened to Billy Joel. Come on, what song? Let's see how many of you can guess it. Anybody? No guesses at all? Just one? Somebody take a shot. It's an older song. He did this back in the 80s, 90s. I think it was the 90s he did this one. You wrong for that one. You're wrong for that one. But you're right. But no, you're not right. But that's wrong. Nope. It's called The Entertainer. I am the entertainer. I know just where I stand. Another serenader and another long-haired band. Today, I'm your champion. I may have won your hearts, but I know the game. You'll forget my name, and I won't be here in another year if I don't stay on the charts. I am the entertainer. I have a price. I have had to pay a price. The things I did not know at first, I learned by doing twice. But still they come to haunt me. Remember trauma? And they say they want their say. So I learned to dance with my hand in my pants. I rub my neck and I write them a check and they go on their merry way. I am the entertainer. Been all around the world. I've played all kinds of palaces and I've laid all kinds of girls. I can't remember faces. I don't remember names. But what the H, you know it's just as well, because after a while and 1,000 miles, it all becomes the same. I am the entertainer. I bring to you my songs. I like to spend a day or two, but I can't stay that long. Now I've got to meet expenses. I've got to stay in line, got to get those fees to the agencies. And I'd love to stay, but there's bills to pay. So I just don't have the time. I am the entertainment. I come to do my show. You've heard my latest record. It's been on the radio. It took me years to write it. They were the best years of my life. It was a beautiful song, but it ran too long. And if I'm going to have a hit, you got to make it fit. So they cut it down to 305. I am the entertainer, the idol of my age. I make all kinds of money when I go on the stage. You've seen me in the papers and I've been in the magazines. But if I go cold, it won't get sold. I won't get sold. I'll put in the back on the discount rack like another can of beans. I am the entertainer and I know just where I stand. Another serenader and another long haired band. Today I'm a champion and I may have won your hearts, but I know the game you'll forget my name and I won't be here in another year if I don't stay on the charts. That's Kirk Franklin. He's an entertainer. Billy Joel quoted that song, wrote that song. He didn't know he was writing about Kirk Franklin, but he was. He knows exactly what to do to make that money. He knows who to collab with. He knows who to sing with. He knows what to put his lyrics. He knows all. He knows how to gyrate on stage. He told you he does it backstage. He just didn't mean for you to see it. I'm sorry you had to see it. I'm going to keep doing it, though. It's not wrong. I'm going to keep doing it with my friends in the backstage before I come to tell you about God. The audience has a problem with it, knowing that you do it. You say, I'm sorry you had to see it. I'm going to keep doing it backstage. I'm going to keep that between me and my friends. The people are not telling you it's bad because of what it looks like. They're telling you it's bad because of what it is. You're still doing it, but backstage. That's crazy to me. So in essence, he did not apologize. He tried to wrangle the horses that broke free and hoping that nobody saw them running around. And he's still going to not batten down the hatches. He's not going to lock the gates. He's still going to be gyrating on women backstage. Men too. He's still going to put on them tight pants and heels in 2025. He's probably going to have even more collabs in this year. You might see him with Eminem. You never know. Heck, he might end up hooking up with Sexy Red. You name it. I don't think any one of those people are off limits for him. Did you know, Kirk, that you could minister to those people off stage? Did you know that you could call, since you have their phone number, by the way, you're big enough. You could call them and say, hey, I want to talk to you. Do you have like 5-10 minutes we could sit down and talk? We'll meet at a cafe or something or have dinner. We'll just talk. And you can tell them, hey, look, man, I really want to know where are you in your walk? Like, I want to be able to say I can collab with you, but we need to have a discussion here. Okay, hear me out. The life you live is not conducive to the message of God. It's simply not. What you put out to people is what they'll see when you and I are on stage. They're not going to see me ministering to you. They're going to see you overshadowing me simply because you're of the world, and I'm just not that. Okay. So is there a way that before any of this takes off, that we have more conversations like this where we talk about whether or not you are wanting to seek God in this? I don't want just residue on you, but if you're not willing to at least be ready to change, this collab is just about sparks flying. It's money. It is money. So let's find out something. Glorilla did a collab with Kirk Franklin, right? All right, let's see something here. I'm curious now. I want to show you something about how exactly. All right, so the Glorilla song and his song that came out 2 months ago. Hear me out. He and Glorilla did a song called Rain Down on Me 2 months ago. Glorilla dropped a song 4 weeks ago. I love and Jimmy Fallon. Okay. Never mind before, never find before that a month ago. Now remember, 2 months ago is when he and her did their collab. I ain't going 2 months ago. I'm looking for the time that she put it on. Okay, so she did it with Maverick City 2 months ago. After that video, Step, I love her. Intro, I ain't going, never find. So let me see what the song says. Nope, still cussing, still doing all the stuff that she did before Kirk. All the songs after Kirk, literally the same Glorilla. So, Kirk, please tell me, what influence were you over her? Why would you collab with her? Because it was feasible and it was lucrative. It's lucrative. Kirk isn't a Christian. You're never going to convince me he is. I don't care what nobody tells me. He can't be. He's about entertainment and entertainment only. He's about that money, about that bag. He's not about the gospel. He doesn't know what the gospel is. Kirk couldn't tell you what the gospel is, even if you pinned him down to a floor with nails and once pointed to his head, he couldn't tell you what the gospel was. Kirk has no clue what the gospel is. Not one. But it's sad that so many people view him as some pioneer in Christian music, in gospel music. So what? Whitney Houston sang gospel music too. There are tons of them that come out of gospel music. Maverick City used to be all about songs about God. Now what? Lil Nas. Because you make it about entertainment, which means you can't stop. You can't just stop at a good song. You have to start going after the names that entertain people. Will Smith entertains people, so you got to get Will. Glorilla entertains people, so you got to get Glorilla. It will not stop. Kirk doesn't want it to stop. Kirk has no desire for making this stop. If it stops, so does his line of money. So it keeps evolving. And it never evolves into more gospel music, it evolves into more secular music. In any case, if y'all still want to listen to him, do you? I ain't got nothing else to say to y'all. If y'all still feel like you need to listen to Kirk Franklin or defend him and call it shouldn't judge. I'm not judging Kirk at all. I'm holding Kirk to his own statements. If that's judging, then talk to Kirk about it. He's the one that said it. I'm just listening to what he say and to things that he says he would do and watching his act, and it doesn't match up. So I'm not judging him. I'm holding him to his own account. So if you got a problem with it, pick it up with middleman, with Mr. 5'5". Pick it up with the midget. Not with me. Your dwarf king needs you, not me. It's one thing he's not short on is excuses for what he does. He's not short on that. Short on everything else, but not that. Tomorrow, however, I do have a discussion that I want to bring to the forefront. I said that was eventually the goal. I had said this a few months back now, maybe a year ago now. I want you to listen to this because this is what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Okay. And again, I want you to be aware this is going to be upsetting, quite upsetting. Um, but we have to discuss it because it is becoming mainstream now. It is something I think is sneaking in, whether people want to admit it or not. This is something that is now becoming the MO for the church. It's no longer a random one-off thing. We're going to be tackling this individual, but more so the concept of what he's talking about. And he wrote a book called Queering Black Churches. Queering Black Churches. This will be our topic tomorrow.
And when I looked up into the mirror while washing the residue of the soap off of my fingers, I looked into the mirror and the Spirit of God spoke to me. I'm one of those spooky type of people that believes in spirits and ghosts and haints and all these sorts of things. I really buy into our African ancestral traditions. And so I heard the Spirit speak to me. And there are people who may think I'm crazy, but I heard the Spirit speak to me. And the Spirit of God spoke very clearly and said that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and I affirm your attraction to men. And I am going to use you to sound forth the music of liberation.
There you go. He said that the Spirit spoke to him and says, I affirm your attraction to men. Now, y'all might think it's, one off, but hear me out. Please hear me when I say this. There are more people that believe that than you think. There are way more people that are giving into that idea today than ever before. We are in a minority now. We are in a minority where God is sufficient, God is enough. That's a minority. When you're going to see is an explosion of the church that has nothing to do with God and a reducing of the church that has everything to do with God. There will be a Broadway opening up, and this will be the way for people to accept this Antichrist idea because it will be normal to them. And the ones that are following him, God, through thick and thin, and not looking to be entertained and not looking to be gravitationally pulled into the masses, they will follow him and him alone, and we will be in the minority. It will be a very narrow gate, just like he told us. It's a narrow path, just like he told us. But I'll get into all of that tomorrow. Just wow. I think tomorrow might be the early day because I have my Cairo tomorrow. You guys can double check again later today to see if it is. If it's early tomorrow, it'll be at 11 Eastern. If it's not, it'll be regular time, noon. Okay. So I'll double check today to make sure it's tomorrow. And if it is, then I'll set up the show for 11 if it is tomorrow. Otherwise, it'll be regular time. Yeah. Things are going to get bad, folks, and it has very little to do with politics. What's coming is even worse than a political oppression of your belief structure. What's coming is a full-on oppression within the church. I use that term loosely. Within what we consider the church, that is where your oppression will come from. Yeah, very much so. So we'll talk. I'll be back on Savage Patriots today. Hopefully my voice stays up. I'm going to try and keep up my teas and my mints and all that stuff. Go back to the gym today and get myself back in the steam room. I'm sick and feeling sick, so I need to get rid of this as quickly as possible. Love you guys, mean it. You're scrolling at the bottom. You know what to do, who to talk to. Make sure you get in front of God for everything, yes. everything. But if this is a topic specifically, bring it to him. He'll direct you. Y'all have a grand rest of the day. Wisdom calls to you from the streets. So please, 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 please find wisdom. Peace.
Hold tight the dreams, for if dreams die.